Can't make it live. Okay, good. I'm recording. So post Bali call, post September 2017 Bali retreat call. That's it. All right. I'll talk for a minute and then I'll shut up because I want to hear from you guys. Let me just mute everybody quickly. So I want to just take the opportunity to say I love you and I miss you all. And that was the best retreat ever. Can we just please go back and do it all again? It's bloody awesome. I'm just going to do a super quick recap because, you know, you're all back home in the real world, although is it? Or was Bali the real world, right? Who knows? It's all just an illusion anyway. So I just want to do a super quick recap so that you remember, oh, yeah, that's right, we did that thing and that could really help me and all that sort of stuff. So I'll do that and then I just want to hear from you guys and see how you're all going. So I want to remind you that about something I said, I think, in our first catch-up in Bali is that we were in the middle of Ubud, and Ubud's pretty hustly and bustly and busy, but, you know, when we stepped into Summer's cottages, that was our sanctuary, that was our retreat. And I wanted you to remember that you actually have that retreat within you and to kind of know that you can always go within and everything you need is there and all the peace and quiet and answers and knowledge and everything's actually there. And it's when you start trying to drag it from outside of you that you get pulled to pieces because you're actually pulling yourself apart and you're splitting your own vibration by giving it everywhere else. So remember that it's all within you, and if life gets too hard, you actually have to go retreat within. So make that your motto, retreat within. And so the three things that we mainly focused on over there was, number one, raise your vibration. Number two, merging with the quantum field. And number three, surrender. So I'm going to be really quick about it because you can ask me questions. And if you go, is that what you said in Bali? I don't remember anything. I just remember wondering when my next massage was. You can ask me to elaborate. But you want to raise your vibration because your emotion is your first manifestation. And everything in your life is a manifestation. It's something that started as a thought or an idea, then manifested as an emotion, and the emotion is what attracts, right? Because it lets you know whether you're in alignment so that all the things that you desire that match that beautiful, good state can flow to you or not. So your emotional state lets you know whether you're in alignment or out of alignment. And so it's actually really simple. Does this feel good? Yeah, cool. Keep going. Do more like that. Does this not feel so good all of a sudden? Okay, slow down, back away, find something else that does feel good. It's actually as simple as that. You've got this emotional guidance and it'll keep you in alignment and it'll let you know when you're out of alignment. So feeling not so great isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing. It lets you know you're out of alignment and you're heading for trouble. It's like, you know, the warning light coming on your dashboard. Merging with the quantum field is about remembering that all is one, all is of the one mind. And that you can only create when you actually accept that you are equivalent to source energy, that you're part of it, it's part of you, it's all connected, it is all one, and you're in constant communication with it, right? So Joe Dispenza talks about the collapse of the wave function, which is, you know, a quantum physics term where all particles exist and don't exist simultaneously and they're actually popping in and out of reality. And it's us as the observer who make a field, a wave of probabilities collapse into an actuality. And so, you know, we create with our observation and with where we put our intention, our focus, and with where our energy's at. And so then the third thing that we kind of focused on talking about was surrender, knowing that there are all these universal laws and forces at work. We're a part of it. We just need to play our part, and then we need to kind of let go and get the hell out of the way, because when we're not willing to do that is when we introduce resistance and get out of alignment, and then we're creating the stuff we actually don't want. So surrender is a really important part of staying in alignment. It's about getting out of the way and letting the field do its thing. So that was that recap. And then, you know, remember that you chose to leave something behind in Bali and that you decided to give yourself a new beginning. And you did that there, but you get to do that for yourself every morning and every single moment. because you're always creating the future now. So it doesn't matter what happened yesterday or even 5 minutes ago or even 10 seconds ago. It's actually irrelevant. Yeah, there's going to be some flow-on effects and whatever, but what do I choose to create right now? And it actually does not matter at all what came before. Doesn't matter. That doesn't affect what you can choose to create right now. So you've got this new moment every time. So hang your mala bead necklace somewhere and remind yourself of that. New beginnings, constantly, every moment, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. What else have I got on my list? The manifesting method that we went through. You guys have all got access to the recording. I popped it up in the group. So, that one's obviously a bit longer. It's 20 minutes because I get a bit excited. But it's to remind you of the process. But you can, with those simple steps, condense it down and make it just your 4-minute daily visualization. But that one's really, really powerful. It taps into how your mind works, how the quantum field communicates with you. But remember that the visualization is about raising your vibration and having some fun. It's not about trying to force something, because then you're not doing that third thing we talked about, the surrender thing. Now, if you want me to break that down a little bit and explain it more, let me know. I can do that separately. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to take up all the time just me talking. It's probably too late to remind you about re-entry. I wrote it on my list. When you get home, sometimes the shit hits the fan because there's contrast and you need to rest, take care of yourself, sleep enough, drink enough water, all those things. So I want to hear how that went. And I also want to hear about your number one non-negotiable that you committed to back then, and whether you even remember what it was, whether you've been doing it. And if you've got a pen handy, or if you don't have this, didn't write this down last time, these are the things that we kind of practiced over there, the little tools that you walked away with. So we talked about connecting with nature being a really powerful way to raise your vibration. So even in that manifesting method at the start, I make you do a heart coherence in the recording, but you can actually sit with eyes open and connect to a tree. I actually think, it depends on the day, but I actually think that can be an even more powerful way to really connect to that really high energy. If some days you just kind of click in and like nature's right there, you're right with it, and you get it, and it just takes you straight up to that really high level. And it also makes you aware of how interconnected life is. So I do that sometimes with that method. I don't necessarily bother doing the heart coherence. I do the connect to nature if I'm sitting outside and it's like a lovely day and I'm feeling it. So, but the connecting to nature is a really, really powerful way to raise your vibe. So, if you can go for a little walk first thing in the morning, or go outside, put your feet on the grass, or hug a tree or something, it's one of the most beautiful, easy ways to connect you up with everything again and raise your vibe. Silent time. I'd love to hear if anyone's been giving themselves some silent time. But that was really cool because nobody wanted to do it at the start. And then by the end of it, I think you all kind of liked it a lot. Mindfulness. So, we spent that first... sorry, Carrie just messaged me, you're on a break and you're going to have to go board a flight. Oh, they know which way to go. So past the gate, into the plane. You don't need to be there. Swipe your little thing as you walk through. No big deal. Stay with us. Becca's frozen with her tongue out. That's funny. So what else is on the list? So mindfulness, just the mindfulness and taking it through that, remembering the 5 elements. You can just make that a little routine where every time you sit down, you can run through the 5 elements: gratitude, mindfulness, exercise, feet on the ground, food, what does it taste like? Just taking that moment. And remember, you can program water. I've got my love heart on my bottle. Remember the Dr. Emoto video with the water crystals? So every time you fill up your water glass or your water bottle, you can put an intention in it, and your water holds so much memory, like it's our next supercomputer on this earth. And then you drink it and it becomes part of you. So you can put all this amazing intention into it, and every time you take a sip, it reminds you that, I'm putting love or gratitude or whatever it is back into my system, and it reconnects you. So these are all little hacks just to keep connecting you, you know, over and over again during the day. And they're little, they don't take any time. What else did we have? I talked about mindfulness, nature, heart coherence, of course, everybody's favorite, which I like doing when I first wake up in the morning. Just hands go straight there and away I go. And the Nadi Sudhi breathing. Remember the alternate nostril breathing that we did? So you swap sides after every exhalation. And that's a really great way, especially if you're a bit more physically stressed, to really recalibrate and balance your nervous system. So breathing in, breathing out, swapping sides, breathing in, breathing out. That's all there is to it. And that calms your amygdala, it resets everything. It's a really good thing to do, and you can duck to the toilet and do it if you need to kind of, you know, get out of where you are. So that's the recap. So I'm just going to go around and chat to everybody really quickly. I want to hear how was coming home, how'd you go with your non-negotiable and the intention that you set in Bali? Like, what did you bring back with you? How's it all been going? Just talk to us. Now, Carrie, you've got to go. So if you've got a second, do you want to talk first?
I
know you love
myself
talking first.
How shit's that?
Yeah, because you love to go first.
Yeah. No, really, really good. Obviously, I did level 2 again with you over the weekend, so that was like just perfect for me anyway. But yeah, the non-negotiable was the yoga and whatnot, which I definitely do every single morning now. And everything's been really good. Everything's just been really, really good.
Excellent. And it helps when you really make that commitment to stay connected and mindful, because then you can bring that vibration with you. And, you know, you also stayed a couple of extra days and gave yourself the space and the time to really integrate everything and just absorb everything that had happened rather than rushing off.
Yeah, I was really lucky, and I just, something told me to do that, and circumstances allowed me to, so hopefully that was part and parcel of it as well, that I allowed that to happen. And it's just been like that. I just live in the moment, and I am present, as I keep doing as my big thing now. And I just know that I'm creating what I'm doing, and so if I'm having a shit day, what have I done and what am I going to do?
Cool, good. I've got homework for you as well. When you see Tats next, can you explain to her how to manifest shift changes so that she can make our calls?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, I will.
Okay, beautiful. All right, I'll let you go and board that flight, and I'll go to Becca, who's got to go soon.
I'll listen for 4 more minutes. Hello,
okay,
everybody.
I'll just mute you for a sec so we can talk to Beck quickly. At the one.
Howdy. IMCA. I know. Yeah, I'm good. I had I didn't get to slide nice and easy back into life. I crash landed with a week in Sydney, and then a week with kids on school holidays, and a week running around New South Wales and Queensland. And I'm great. I'm still good. So 3 weeks of like hectic madness, and I'm so today is my first day like back in normal land, well, like my normal life land, and it's all fine. It's great. I'm feeling really relaxed and chilled out. I'm still doing my normal routines and maintaining all of that. Probably I posted about it in the Manifesting Masterclass. I'm having a little bit of trouble in I'm misaligned somewhere with being seen by the people that I want to be seen by. And as it was pointed out to me after watching the recording, do I really want to be seen? So I'm having a little, I've surrendered to that. I've said, oh, why don't I want to be seen right now? And I'm waiting for the answer. So I'm waiting for the answer at the YMCA.
Fair enough.
Glengarry.
And you're wearing your mala beads.
I'm wearing my mala beads today and my feminist t-shirt that I got in Sydney.
Awesome.
So I'm all decked out. So I'm good. Just floating along. I'm not pushing anything at the moment. I spent a lot of time out in nature, particularly last week when I was in rural New South Wales and Queensland. So that was outdoors every day in the countryside. Really getting back into my roots. So I think that's one of the reasons I'm so very chilled, because yeah, I got to spend a lot of time, and I got to go up into the Bunya Mountains for the day and go hiking as well, with one of my friend's daughters who's having a bit of trouble, and she wanted some one-on-one time. So I did a bit of time with her, and I did a bit of coaching with her out in the mountains, which was pretty special. And yeah, and I'm just waiting for the answers. They'll come when they're ready. Yeah.
Awesome. Just stay open to the signs. Actually, that's really good that you got to go out in nature. That's huge, hey?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. That's really big. Beautiful. And why do you feel it's not safe to be seen, or why don't you want to be seen? Well, remains to be seen what the answer to that is.
Yeah, it'll become obvious in time. Everything always does. So, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm good.
Okay. Well,
but I'm going to have to fly because they're about to come out.
Yeah.
Miss all you girls.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
See ya. Okay. Let's chat to Brooke. Brooke.
Everything turned shit.
Yeah.
So I'm very misaligned at the moment, very low. So I've kind of surrendered to it and just thought,
rushed out of there
whatever's
and
happening,
went straight to a wedding and woke up with a hangover the next day. Big contrast.
Yes, I did. It was a great wedding. Yeah, it was good for a few days when I got back, and I thought, I'm really relaxed, and for about a week, and then the last 2 weeks, everything's just not working out. So instead of getting angry or trying to figure it out, this time I've surrendered. I'm not trying to control anything.
Good.
So
cool.
So it's a different reaction for me. There has been a lot of silence and a lot of contemplating, and I'm just going with it. That's all I can do. I don't have the energy.
Good. Well, I'm actually happy to hear that, because you know what? When you're fighting it, you just give it more energy and make it worse and create more of it.
And usually I do. So maybe I learned something in Bali.
Maybe you did, honey. Maybe you did. Yeah. It's beautiful to see you look gorgeous, and we miss you here. So I had a question for you. Can you remember, were you there that session, or was that the last session? When we did what's your number one non-negotiable when you get home that you're going to take away from this?
No.
All right, well, tell us now. So of all those things we did there, we did the yoga, the meditation, the mindfulness, we learned heart coherence if you hadn't learned it before, Nadi Sudhi breathing. So all these little techniques that help you kind of just snap back into alignment. Which one of those?
Well, you'd be surprised to know I have been doing the Ho'oponopono meditation.
Oh, yeah, and the Ho'oponopono. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. A lot of them on the internet. So I have actually done a few different ones of that. I'm still trying to find the one that I like the most.
Oh, so you're listening to a meditation?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. So there's a lot of different ones. So I brought that home with me.
Good.
Yeah.
And what about Your Soul's Plan book and all the fallout from that? Because that was huge for you. Have you had to process this a bit more? And
yeah, and then a lot of stuff got turned upside down like in the last week, which made me question everything again. So I thought, just stop and go with the flow. I haven't read any more of it at the moment, only because I've been overwhelmed with uni work as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting back on top of that. So once I get that mundane stuff out the way, get back into the other stuff. But
but may I suggest that you probably have those extra 15 minutes every morning to get yourself and your head in the right place so that stuff can go easier for you? Sorry, just can't help myself there.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it feels like hard work, you're actually better off stepping away and getting in alignment, because then, things will just fly when you're in alignment. They just happen so easily and you go, oh, I didn't even do anything. In fact, I was being lazy, and that's literally the key.
Yeah.
I hear you. That's all right. Baby steps, and every day is a fresh day. Every day is a fresh day. Cool. Yeah. Okay, well, you get your ass down here to Adelaide as soon as you possibly can, please, because I feel like I need to hug you a lot.
Yeah, that's what I decided. That will be my reward when this semester semester is over, so it won't be too much longer. I need to reward myself with a trip to Adelaide for sure.
Good. We'll hold you to that.
Yes, I'll be there.
Cool. All right, let me see. Who have I got? I've got Donna and Jackie. Who wants to go first? They don't look like they're fussed. No, sorry, I already clicked on you, Jackie. I'd already clicked on you. Plus, on my screen, she's above you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
I know. I can't believe it's like tomorrow.
Yes, I'm having a massage with Jackie. Jackie's going to get me naked.
Oh. Not too naked. I've been really good. Mostly good. I came back home. Simon was at work the day that I came home, so I got home at about, I don't know, 12:30, 1 o'clock on the Sunday, and he didn't get home till 4:30. So I was home with the girls and my mother-in-law for a while.
That's right.
Which is always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She was fine, and they actually cleaned up, so that was really nice. But then everyone started to get sick, and I'm just walking around the house going, I'm going to be fine. I'm still, like, in the zone and everything, and, you know, it's all good, and, you know, just stay away from me, sick husband. And the girls are all over me all the time, but, yeah. And then I ended up getting sick. I was the last one to get sick as well. And I've only been well for about, like, properly well for about 3 or 4 days, like, completely over it. So, yeah. That was really annoying. But one thing that is really interesting that has happened, there's been a few interesting things, but the biggest one is that after I came home, because I had some things scheduled in my diary for work and, you know, what have you, everyone started cancelling on me or postponing. And because I was ill, I had to postpone 2 days, I think it was, of staff, which is fine. And I do find if I am unwell, the universe does, like, hand things off for me, so I don't have to do too much of it, which is great. But it was happening even before that, and I was getting really upset about that. But I find now that I'm actually going more with the flow a lot more. I'm not really worrying. Like, there's an element of me that's going, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why that's happening. What's going on? That could be worrying or, you know, a bit concerning.
I could
but then
choose
the other part
to worry. Yeah.
Right. I got caught almost. But then, yeah, the other part of me is going, it's all good. And I've had lots and lots of revelations. I've been reading or listening to different things on Audible, money stuff, and speaking to different people about things, and some of it's just completely random, but I've been getting so much insight about different things. And even what Beck just said about not being seen, that's one of my issues as well. That's a big thing for me, and I've had some revelations about that. So that's something I'm working on as well. And even that she mentioned it is just like, oh my God, yes.
Super cool. That's really cool. And I can feel that you are, you're like going, should I be worried? How come I'm not? But but you've got a new set point. Like, you've got a new set point, and that's really awesome. And I mean, you were always going to have a new set point, but sometimes we temporarily go back into old habit patterns, and it has to kind of find its new balance. But what I was going to say was, what if those people postponing and cancelling was the universe's way of giving you some space so you can ease back in, so that you can maintain what you got from Bali more easily. And then, catch up can happen just like that. Like, it doesn't need to happen today. It can happen for the book next week or for the whole next 3 months or whatever. Like, it'll be fine.
Well, I'm reassessing a lot of my goals at the moment and realizing how negative some of them are because like my mindset's changed from like, how can I overcome this obstacle to how can I achieve this freaking awesome goal? So that whole mindset of struggle, I'm really letting that go, which is really exciting. So
Yeah,
I'm actually really excited for what might come.
I'm very excited too. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the little video I took of you when you were chatting to me on camera in the pool, and Jackie's really, she's owning it. Like, you're really owning it, and you're really owning. Oh, and can I just say, like, one of my favorite things you did was when you're like, oh, I'm having some body image issues, and then you're like, actually, no, fuck all that. I'm bloody beautiful. And you just like kind of really caught yourself and went, nah, I'm not going there. Like, that's not where I want to play. And it's like, I'm so proud of you because, I didn't say anything. Like, you just self-corrected straight away. And that's really cool because when you can catch yourself in unhelpful patterns earlier and earlier, then you deactivate them and you start activating the new ones more, and it just, starts tipping more and more. So
yeah,
I'm super bloody excited for you, woman. Like, just, the fact that you got there was amazing, and I knew it was going to change your life. The fact that you actually gave yourself the gift and then you made it there. You didn't kind of chicken out and just like give the ticket to someone else. And that you're still getting all this stuff now that you're back home. Like, it's just, you've got some really cool momentum going. So just, you have my number if you need me. So I know you're not in the masterclass and whatever, but that's okay. You see me regularly, so if and where to find me. So if you need me, just reach out. But you're doing great. You can run the retreat next time.
Okay. All right, I will.
Awesome. All right, I want to hear from Donna now. Last but by no means least, hello, Miss Donna. How are you?
Save the best till last, don't you?
That's right. That's right. Always put my dessert aside.
Absolutely. Jackie, your whole energy's shifted, babe. Oh my God. From before the retreat to now, your energy is completely different. I can see this vibrancy within you. And we'll catch up soon. That's all good. Brookie, oh, honey. I hope you get back on track soon, gorgeous. Miriam, how was it when I got back? Well, I stayed the extra week. So
yes, you did. You stayed longer than I did.
I did. And I was like, bye, goodbye. I felt, honestly, in that week, my most authentic self. I wasn't stressed at all. I was completely in the zone. I was quite happily, plodding through my morning, doing my meditation, my yoga. In my element. Never. I don't think I've ever been that relaxed, actually, ever.
That's so good.
Coming home, so difficult. It's just so hard. You know what it's like. You land and you've got teenage kids and a husband all going blah, 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 blah. It's hard, and you just fall back into reality. And they had school holidays, so they wanted to do stuff. And Georgia has dance every second day, and trying to do stuff with Nick. And so, for the first few days, I wasn't putting myself first again. I was doing my yoga, and I've done that every day, bar a couple of days.
Awesome.
This morning, I went up to Gawler to do yoga with my girlfriend. She's doing it Bohemian Lily, and I'm like, I can't fucking drive half an hour for yoga every day, but I'll try this morning. I'm going to drive half an hour every Tuesday because I felt like I was back in Bali, and I had tears at the end, and I thanked her and I said, I don't know where you trained, but you took me back to our ballet, like in Bali. Like she took me there. So it was
so good.
Amazing space, amazing practice. Talked through everything. She's just fabulous. So yeah, that's certainly going to be a drive that I make every week. And my family's all up that way, so I'll make it a double whammy. the week that I stayed in Ubud, I did several days. I did the silent time quite happily. The girls at the hotel, beautiful girls, did some prayer with me, and so we did prayer practice, and I did meditation with them. Such gorgeous girls. They wanted to come back in my suitcase. Took one of them out to dinner. She'd never been out. I took her to Pick n Pay. Yeah, and she's never been to a restaurant because she can't afford to. And she drove. You're going to make me cry repeating it, but she drove. She lives in Denpasar, and the Hotel Saka Village is in Panistan, right at the top of 5 minutes from where we were.
Yeah.
So she rode all the way home because she didn't want the other girl to know in the hotel that I was taking her out to dinner. She drove all the way back to Denpasar to get changed and rode back all the way in the rain so that I could take her out to dinner because she was so excited.
Oh.
It was just beautiful. We had such a beautiful night. She's a beautiful kid. So, I don't know, for me, the yoga's been huge because that staying in my body and out of my mind is my biggest challenge. So albeit I haven't started, doing walking or anything, I'm not pressuring myself to do that, but I'm mindful of what I'm eating and I'm looking at incorporating some more of the sort of vegan style meals and dals and stuff because that's where I want to head. So I know food's not relevant to what you're talking about, but it's
relevant. It is. It's really relevant. All of it is relevant. Yeah, no, it is important, but like try not to overload people, but that's awesome. And Martin's vegan and I eat mainly vegan, and it's it just all raises your vibration, and you have to just exactly stay connected to your body, get in touch, get into your body, and it gets us out of our head, and then we can open our hearts, and instantly you just everything's fine. Like your head will talk you into all sorts of dramas and problems and rehash stuff and project future stuff, but right here, right now, there isn't a bloody problem to be found.
Yeah, well, not huge problems. I mean, money's difficult for us, and until I'm working, that's still going to be a challenge, but I don't focus on it, and I've found that when I came home, I really found John really focusing on lack, and that's been a huge challenge because I had even more growth and he didn't, and he's fallen back a bit, so there's that gap's really hard. That
is really, really challenging if you're growing and your partner's not, and especially when the reality around you shows you one thing but you want something else, and then it's that whole, but you've got to face reality, but you get to the point where you go, well, the more I face reality, the more of this I'm going to create, and that's not what I choose to do. Right? And and it can be very frustrating, and that's why I ran a couples event last year, whenever it was, because for a few of the girls, it got to that point where they're like, oh, I really need to. So all I can say to that is you've got to focus on you, honey, and do your best. Just as you ignore the money stuff because you want to create good money stuff, you've got to ignore his low vibe or his lack mentality just as much, because he'll just suck you down otherwise, and it's not. Yeah, so if you're in a good place, you can help elevate him, but don't try to do it. Just do not try to do it, because it'll just, go south, and you don't.
Well, that's sort of where I'm tinkering with, because I don't shift my mindset, and I keep that mindset, and that keeps me sane.
Yeah.
But hearing the lack drives me fucking mental. I hate even hearing it. And I've said to him, please stop talking. If you can't talk my language, don't talk, because you're freaking me out. You create.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about more bills and this and that. I said, I'm not listening. And I said to him about the whole paying bills. I said, he's like, oh, my tax just came in and it's all gone. I said, yep. And we've just paid off a cruise for next year that, is going to be amazing. And we've paid all our bills, and, we've paid some of the school fees. And aren't you grateful? Aren't you happy that we can pay all these bills? He just looks at me like I've lost my mind.
That's okay. He might think you're a bit nuts, but hey, he's stuck with you anyway. But just, don't try to battle it or talk him out of it, or, just let him do his thing. Do your thing. It's really the kind of best advice I can give you, because even just you trying to explain it to him, you're pulling yourself out of alignment. And
I know.
Because the frustration of it is, you know, is
Yeah.
not something where you want to be. So you have to kind of wrap yourself in your little happy bubble and just go, and you take yourself out of, like if he's doing it, like, oh, look, is that the time I've got to go and, you know, I don't know, scrub the bathroom floor or whatever. Just, and you will, if you can maintain it, and like it's, you know, it really does take persistence and commitment to go, I'm going to not buy into that. I'm not going to I'm not going to allow my energy to be drawn into that. Yeah. And you'll find that if you can keep it up long enough, he will start shifting, or he just won't be like that around you as much. And, you know, and then suddenly he'll shift. Like it's quite amazing what miracles we can accomplish just by keeping ourselves in a good place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
it ain't easy, because I've had my own periods of time where I've wanted to just bash my husband with a fry pan. And I was convinced that he was the cause of all our problems. But, of course, that's not entirely true. But sometimes it's fun. It's fun to pretend it's all his fault.
Makes life easier for a minute.
Yeah. I'm just going to unmute everybody. And quickly, while I remember, because I talked about it on the weekend, because I just ran the level 2 event, which of course you guys have all done. We've got the manifesting masterclass. I'm tweaking things and tidying them up a little bit to be simpler next year. The manifesting masterclasses are always going to be limited to no more than 10 people, but you guys who've come to Bali will be, you know, if a spot opens up at any stage, you'll be first on the list, and I'll go, hey, there's a spot available. Do you want to grab it? Yes or no? Just letting you know that. But I'm keeping it to only 10 ever, because that's enough. That's enough. And, you know, it's hard sometimes. It's like, oh, but I love her and I love her and I love her. But there are other ways that we can still connect. But, yeah, so I'll let you know. If a spot opens up, if and when, you guys are top of the list. So anything else? Now, I've unmuted you all so you can all talk to each other.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hi, Brooke.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Jackie, how's
at the hospital walking up the road.
What's that? Go on. Say that again.
When I was walking up the road to get a coffee.
Yeah.
And there's a group of women standing, and one throws her head back laughing. She goes, oh, that's hilarious. And I turned around and looked. I almost expected to see Jackie standing there.
Well, it was hilarious.
That was her word in Bali. Hilarious. Everything was hilarious.
Everything's hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. It put a smile on my face. So, yeah, Bali just seems so far away now. I actually want to just book a flight to Adelaide now. I've seen you all. It just makes me miss you more.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
But I think that was, you know, I was surrounded in this loving space and energy, and then I came home to just being alone again, and I don't know, it was just a very big transition. But yeah,
It's hard when you're studying too, Brooke, because your head's right there in the study.
Yeah, and I took on too much because I didn't realise I'd be doing the nurse unit manager job, and we had a couple of tragedies at work in the last week which have blown my mind. So yeah, it's just a rough patch, but I feel like it's a shift because things are changing around me. So I'm changing, you know.
Good girl.
Yeah. Yes,
clearing out some bad stuff to allow some good stuff, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And we can't wait to have you down here in Adelaide and hug you, but we are all connected. Facebook group or no Facebook group, we're still all connected. You can just reach out energetically even and get a little hug. But yeah, the Facebook group's there. It's not going anywhere. And we're all here and we love you so much.
I love you all too.
So can you just get a job in Adelaide and move down here?
I know. I just need to move down there, and you guys can find me a husband down there.
Yeah, well, that's Carrie's job. She's interviewing pilots.
Got to find the pilot.
Yeah, go find a pilot. And I do have 2 spots left in Bali in May still.
I was looking at that when I came back, but it looks like that will be right when the uni
You've got
stuff
uni
is due, because this is what happened. I came back and I was behind because I wasn't going to take any work with me to Bali. Then, of course, I got really drunk at that wedding, so that put me back because I was out of action the next day.
That's
but
classic.
I ended up a little bit behind, so I don't want that happening again. But no, it's all good.
Head down, bum up, young lady.
Yes, it's very much. But there's got to be a reward at the end of it. So I can't think of a better reward than looking forward to seeing the sisterhood in Adelaide.
Exactly. Beautiful. And
Just have to make sure you're all there and no one goes anywhere.
What's happening with Nora, Miriam?
Pardon, say that again.
What's happening with Nora? She talked about our yoga, but then she's not.
I'm not
more about.
Sure what's happening with Nora, because I managed to get in touch with her today going, you were going to stay at my house, what's going on? Like, where are you? Are you still coming? So she was driving she messaged me from Mildura at lunchtime and said she'll be here tonight.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening with yoga, because I know she's also going to stay at Beck's at the end of the week, because I can put her up for a couple of nights, but then my kids are back. And so I don't know. She hasn't sort of given us, like, I've got some stuff in my calendar, but if I know there's a time, then I can see if I can get, because I love the yoga class with everybody.
Oh, it would be amazing. I feel like it's not financially viable for her to be, because she's trying to promote her photography. So
yeah, I don't know.
Like
I don't know. Well, she couldn't come up with a time or a date. So, Beck said, oh, you can do it in my lounge room, which...
Yeah, I offered my house as well.
Yeah. But, we just didn't get a time. So, I don't know. She might still pop something up tomorrow and go, hey, who wants to come tomorrow and do some yoga? I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, she's a bit, go with the flowy like that. So... Yeah, exactly. But I was literally I was going, so do I make the bed for my son who's coming on Thursday, or do I make it up with the guest sheets? And I'm like, Nora, are you coming? What's happening? And also, do I have to come home to let you in? That kind of stuff, just stuff. I guess
it's for you when actually here.
Maybe it's living in Bali where, houses are open and you can probably just crawl in anyway, even if no one's home. I don't know.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. But it works a bit differently here.
Yeah.
I think I need to tear myself away from you all, as much as I'd love to talk to you all night. Brooke, if you change your mind and you want to duck down for dinner next week, please do.
Oh, don't tempt me.
There were some flight specials. I'm sure there were some flight specials.
I wish.
Oh, man.
You never know. You could try and manifest it. Surprise you all. Jump out of a cake.
That'd be great. I could totally see that. So
I'll get manifesting.
Good.
Up to St. Peter's Hall now, Miriam, at 7:00. There's a speaker on Vedic tradition in Western society. I'm really looking forward to that. They're talking about yoga and other traditional Vedic and Buddhism and Hindu and whatnot in relation to how it fits in Western society. So
cool.
Exciting.
Where is that?
At St. Peter's Hall. At St. Peter's Town Hall, 7:00. 7 till 9.
Tonight. Good.
Free.
Oh, that sounds really good. Well, we'll see what time Nora gets here, and once I've let her in.
Could just rock up.
Might just rock up. Exactly. Okay, beautiful girls. Well, I will see you all in the Facebook group, and don't be shy. Stay connected. Keep posting in the group, because also when you post because the Facebook algorithm, when you post in the group, you'll see when other people post in the group, and that's what helps us all stay connected. So just let us know what you're doing. I'll put up some stuff every now and then, just a bit of reminders and homework, and just to keep your mind connected to everything that Bali gave you, so that you bring it, because we've made some space, and you've got to make sure you fill it with the new stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay. I love you all. Thank you for making the time to jump on the call and connect.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah, so good.
See you soon, Jack.
We can do this again, you know. Okay.
Hugs.
Awesome.
See you all. Hugs and kisses.
I hope
Bye.
Yeah, definitely, Brooke. Bye, guys.